All right, so I'm just going to shut down Xcode and we'll start again. So I'm going to use the images from inside this project. And so let's start Xcode and let's do a single view application. You may be given like a starter code or something, but whatever. So I'll create this single view application. I'll just say that it is, I don't know, something like stars or something, and put it on the desktop. All right, and just let's bring in those images. So they'll probably be in the project anyways. Oh no, you probably will have to bring them in, right? So I'm just going to select them and then drag them. Drop them, make sure it's copy. Okay. And I think that what was the instruction was to make a model file, right? So I'll just set up the model first. So this will be NS object, and I'll say that this is a star. And what was the instruction? That it was supposed to be, the model is supposed to have an image, right? And a name or something? A name and something else?
The song.
A name and a song? Okay. We just actually open the README and just copy. I think it says here what to do. Song 1 is supposed to have this title, artist, and image. I'll just grab that. And let's, I'll paste this into the controller because we'll be doing this in the controller. So. Okay, so we need a title. You can see we need a title, we need an artist, and an image. Non-atomic, so this is going to be the title. So non-atomic, was it? Sorry, what was it? Song?
Yeah.
Song. I guess this object was supposed to be called a song object, right? So maybe I'll change that in a sec. Sorry, it was supposed to be title, artist, and then image. So I'll just import UIKit. Okay, so, and then I think we're supposed to put a custom initializer. Init with artist. Okay, can I go to the implementation?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we just need to assign okay, so we need to just like for your benefit, we need to make sure these are strong, right? So by default, they are strong. So we definitely don't want these to be weak though. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so the next step was, I guess I'll, well, I can sort of rename this thing here, actually. I'm just going to rename this and call it master. Oops. Master view controller. I have to click that and click that. I think that's all good. Oh, I missed one in the comment here. Also, I guess I can rename this to song, I think it was supposed to be. All right, anyways, enough fiddling around. So in master view controller, I need to set up the model. So just do a property here for the model. So non-atomic. It's going to be an array of song objects. So let's import the song. Okay, so that's that. Inside view did load. So we're going to create our song object. So song. So I'll connect with the first one is going to be Taylor Swift. Oops, sorry, I should go there. Title is this thing. We gotta watch these brackets. Watch these quote marks. Okay, so here we'll just do UI image. So that's song 1. Song 2, so let's copy this stuff. Oops. And first. Do you want me to just send this subpart out to you? Self dot songs is equal to this array. So song 1. Song 3. Okay, so that's the model setup. Shall I send this to you?
Yes, please.
Should make sure it's working first, but oh well. Oh, hang on. Do it like this. All right, so you can just grab that. Oh, looks like I cut it. My code, not too smart. All right, so that is that. So that's the model setup. So now let's just set the collection view controller up. So we're going to go to the view controller, and let's just make sure that the class is set to that master view controller it is. So we'll grab a collection view. So we're gonna stick it inside a embed and navigation controller. Okay, and then let's just pin the collection view itself to the edges. All right, good stuff. So let's drag this thing out like that. That's fine. Oh, the other thing we need to do is just create a custom cell here for this thing. So let's do that. So I'll say this is a song collection view cell. That's fine. Okay, so that's the song cell. Just go back to the controller, select this cell, make sure you select this cell, and add the class for that there. So let's do a UI image view. Let's drag that out there, put it there, and we can just pin this thing all the way around again. What we can do maybe is put some space at the bottom. Let's say 20. Let's say that the bottom we want to be 20. Maybe actually we could do. That's fine. So let's get a label. And stick that right in the bottom there. So I'm going to just pin it. This stuff doesn't really matter. So I'm going to pin it to the bottom. And then I'm going to center it. Let's see. I need to, I think, center it vertically. Actually, let me undo that. What did I do so far to it? I pinned it to the bottom. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, so I will just drag it like this part. Let's say just pin it to the edges like that. That's fine. There and there. Okay, that's fine. And then maybe I'll just center that. Oops, I meant center. Okay, so we have a label and an image view. So for the image view, I can just stick like an image in there for now, and then just adjust the, let's see, clip to bounds, and then also under the content mode, I can do aspect fill like that. That's good. And then let's just make our outlets quickly in the, I'm just going to do it in .m. And I'm going to drag from the document outline. For some reason, it's not letting me. Let's see if this, probably, did I set the class on it? Oh, I did. So build that. Oh, the other thing is make sure that you add the reuse identifier here. I'm just going to make this cell. And notice the compiler was warning me until I did that. Let's see. CollectionView cell. Oh, I know what the problem is. I need to make an interface. I think if you just type extension. So I'll say this is a song image view. And that's the label. All right, so the other thing is like I'm gonna pass this cell a song. So I'm gonna just say in the interface, I'm gonna have a method here that's gonna be void setup with song. So I need to pass a song. So I need @ class song. All right, so, or you could say configure cell or something. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll change the name here. Configure cell with song. Just copy that and paste it in the implementation. And then I can go ahead and, like, I'm past a song here, so I can go ahead and do song dot image. Oh, I need to import the song, sorry. That's why it's not doing autocomplete here. So, song dot image. So I'll set that to the self dot song image u dot image. And also self dot label dot text is going to be equal to song dot, I don't know, artist, I guess, right? Okay, so that's configuring the cell. We're passing a song object in there. All right, so master view controller. So we're gonna have to now implement the data source. Data source. So we'll do up here UI CollectionView data source. All right, so the compiler is warning us. So if we say fix here, oh man, that's ridiculous. Okay, so don't let the compiler help you. So click there, and then you can just copy the required ones. So, so these are the required ones. So you can see that this one returns an integer, so number of items in section. So we only have one section, so self dot songs dot count, and then just return that. So everything else really happens in this method here. All right, so it wants us to return a cell. So we're gonna need one of our cells. So import song CollectionView cell. And then first thing we'll do is get the cell. So first get the cell. And this method dequeuing initializes a cell if one hasn't been initted yet. Otherwise, it's going to pull it from a cache of existing cells. So song CollectionView cell, just call that cell. So, and then on the collection view, we can call dequeue reusable cell with identifier. So the identifier was cell, and then the index path, we just pass that right in. Okay, so that gives us the cell. So the next thing we need to do is get the song for the index path. So song, oh, we need to import song. Oh, we have imported it. So song, self.songs, and then index path dot item. Oops. Row will also work, but since we're in a collection view, we usually use item. So then I can just send the cell.song. Oh no, it was cell configure cell with song, and then pass song. See, I can probably omit cell here if I just say configure with song, because we already have a cell. So let's do that. I think it's a little better. Configure with song. Just change that. Okay, that should build. Okay, and then just return the cell. All right, so we need to, actually, we're going to need a couple things here. We're going to need to make sure we are the data source. So right now we said we conform to it, but we didn't connect it up. So let's make an outlet to the collection view. So if we command click, go to the collection view, control drag into the header, and then just call this collection view. And then we can just say that we are the collection view in the viewDidLoad method. So self.collectionView.data source is equal to self. Okay, I think that should be good. We should be able to see our data now. iPhone 10, why is that happening? think that's the wrong simulator. Okay, so we've got our images, and right now we want it so that when we tap, we go to the detail view. So you can see it's not actually scrolling because there's only 3 of them. All right, so what we need to do is create another controller. Sorry about that. So I'm going to just call this detail. All right, so we're going to just set the segue up for this in the storyboard. So we need a view controller here. Okay, and then we'll just drag from the cell to that controller and make sure it's a show segue. So let's just test that. Okay, that works. So we could give this segue a name here. So I will call it, well, first of all, let's make sure the detail view controllers class is set. And then I'm just going to copy that name and assign that to the segues identifier. Okay, that way we know what the segue identifier is. Okay, so we just need to handle the segue and pass the song object over to this guy. So let's do a UI image view here. So I'll just kind of stretch out an image view a little bit. Say like so. And just maybe pin it a little bit to the edges. And I can pin it to the top, that's fine. And then let's just give it a height. Okay, and we'll set like one of these images. Just the make it aspect fit. Yeah, it'll have to be aspect fit and then clips to bounds. So that looks fine. So we can also like do UI label. So I'll do the, I guess, the artist name like that, and then maybe the title of the thing. So I'll say artist. Okay, and let's just, I'm just gonna keep it simple, just drag it out to the edges like that, and then I'm gonna pin it to the edges like that, and then just pin it to that top image view like that. Just center the label. Do the same thing with this label. Okay. And center that. Okay, so I just wanna, in the detail view controller, I need a property to a song. So @class song. Not atomic song. Okay, so viewDidLoad load is where I want to set the, I got to get some outlets to this guy, so I'll option click here, and then let's just get some outlets to the image view. Oh, not, sorry, it should be from the detail view. view, and then this is the, oops, shoot, artist label, and title label. Okay, so then just set the self.imageview.image equal to song self.song.image. Oh, I need to import. Self.artist label.text is equal to self.song.artist. Self.title label.text is equal to self.song.title. Okay, so we need to pass this image or this song object. So we're going to do that and prepare for segue of the master controller. So this is pragma mark. Segue. I think it's UE, is it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so prepare for segue. So we're just going to check the identifier. This is just like future-proofing it a little bit. It's not required in this case because we only have one segue, but we can do self.segue. Oh, sorry, it's just segue. Segue dot identifier is equal to string. And we know it is detail view controller. All right, so next we need to get the data. So this is the data corresponds to the cell that was selected. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this. The easiest way is because we know sender is the cell, is we could ask the cell for that song. Right, so maybe I'll do it in a couple different ways. So ask the cell for the song. So the way that we do this is we can just do sender, and then we need to cast this to the song collection view cell. So, and then what we can do is, so it won't know about song unless we wrap it like that. Oh, we didn't set the song on the object. Okay, so in order to do that, we would have to have set the song. So I can do that. I'll just make a property here. Song, and then in the implementation, I could have set self.song equal to the past and song. Okay, so that would work. So that's going to give us a song. Okay, so that's the first step is so get the song. Okay, so get the song that corresponds to the cell that was tapped. So since sender was what kicked the segue off, that is what is being passed as the parameter to this guy. So I'm just casting it to one of those cells, and then I'm asking that cell for the song. So that's one way of getting the song. Another way of getting the song is I could ask self.CollectionView what? I do have a collection view. So self.CollectionView. I don't know why it's not. Oh, because I'm missing a semicolon there. Okay, so self.CollectionView, we could say index path for cell. There's also index path for point, but so since we know sender is the cell, that could give us the index path. This would be an NS index path. Okay, and then we could say self.songs index path dot item. Keep doing that. So that would also give us a song. Okay, so this is, or maybe I'll just say song 1, and this is song 2. Okay, so this way, does that make sense? So we could also like get the index path, like, and then I wouldn't have needed to set a property over here. But either of these two techniques works. So I'll leave it with this one here because this is like the more kind of common way of doing it. And then I'm just going to go back since we don't need the song object property. I'll just remove that and that. Okay, so that gives us the song. The other thing we need is the detail view controller. Okay, so when we tap the button, or when we tap the cell, the interface builder constructed the detail view controller instance, and so we need to get a reference to that here. So that's easy. So segue dot destination view controller is one of those. So we'll just say it is a detail view controller. Need to import it. Detail view controller. Okay, and then DVC is going to have that song property, so we can set it to song 2. Okay, that's pretty easy. We're just like we've been sent a parameter. Well, first of all, we're checking the identifier, make sure we're in the right segue. And then we're trying to get the song object. Okay, and that there's a couple ways of doing that, but normally what we just do is, since sender is the cell, we can ask the collection view for the index path for that cell, and then we use that index path to grab the song associated with it. And then we get a reference to that destination view controller, which is a detail view controller, and just set the song on it. And we've already set the object up, so it should work. Okay, so that's working. Okay, That's pretty, like, that's a really bare bones way of doing this.
In the test, is it gonna matter? Because like Justin's head is like cut off. Like
No, I don't care about that.
okay.